or the
Delvon
Zoom.
Hardaway, California.
Hey, I know that guy. What's going on, Delvon?
What's going on, brother?
Anthony, Alexis in Boston. Good evening.
Welcome. East Coast is representing.
Stacy, Brooklyn, New York.
And more East Coast here. Welcome.
What's up, everyone? This is Calvin from Northern California.
Welcome.
Good evening, Leslie Johnson from South Carolina.
Welcome, welcome. Try to get my last minute text in here to get a couple more on here. So reach out, do those last texts. Say, hey, get on the call. Let's go. Let's build. Let's get on the call. Righty. Calvin, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Just following up with some of our clients. Yep.
Nice.
Hey, Coffee from Houston, Texas.
Welcome.
Tanya from Boston.
All right. We're expanding nicely on the East Coast here. All right. I think we're about ready to kick it off. Calvin, you feel like bringing feet into the mix tonight?
Yes, sir. I will start it off for us, if that's cool. All right. All right, welcome everyone. Today we have our two esteemed individuals to present the opportunity to us. This is going to be amazing because I feel like every single time I hear them do the presentations, I get more and more excited about this, right? So the first gentleman we're going to bring up is going to be no other than Mr. Kevin Marino. And just a quick background on him is that he has been an entrepreneur since he was the age of 2. You know, and
I appreciate you telling me, but I believe Pete is leading off.
Right. But I appreciate this guy because, like, you know, the first time I met him at our pre-launch event back in February, he was just very down to earth, very humble, although he accomplished a lot in his, you know, his perspective field, owned different businesses, even had his own solar business at that time as well. And I just look up to people that has not only done a lot, but they've done their fair share of helping others get to where they want to be in order for them to succeed as well, right? So this man himself has coached a lot of people, trained a lot of people, connected with tons and tons of people, and to have someone of his caliber to come here to lead us and work with us is amazing. So with that being said, I would love to welcome Mr. Kevin Marino to our first presentation slide.
All right. Well, Calvin, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. We're going to shake it up a little bit tonight, folks. Looks like I am going to be leading off, and our other esteemed guest will be closing us out this evening. Yeah, I know he's so excited about that. He's cracking up. But you know, it does happen sometimes, and sometimes, you know, you just have to be tossed into the fire to make it through and get yourself, just steel yourself a little harder there. So we're not gonna waste any time tonight because we're gonna do something a little special at the end. We're gonna bring a couple people up, do a couple of testimonials. But in the meantime, what I want to do is kind of go over some information, and you know, it's the information starting to change a little bit here and a little bit there. So we're all very excited about it. With different things happening. So I'm gonna let me bring this up, see if we are ready to rock and roll here. Oh, and look at that. It's a good thing I had something set over on the side. All right. So with that,
Kevin, you just have to unmute yourself. I just muted everybody.
all right. Make sure everybody is muted out there except the person who's actually doing the presentation. So thank you very much for letting me know you guys have done that. Hey, folks, this is Bill. I mean, we had an amazing event recently, and what everybody that was there and everybody that was tuned in, there was a lot of people tuned in from around the country. What they learned about is the fact that, we're there to do a few different things. Obviously, build the mindset, build our business, and ultimately, obviously, to be able to build our net worth. Because, I mean, we do this business for a lot of reasons, but ultimately, we are looking to each individually build our own net worth. So there's a lot that goes into what we do and who we are. I mean, we are a direct sales company and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs. That was never more apparent than spending the weekend with everybody, a week and a half ago, because it was nice to see everybody talking about, focused on build, where the company has come from, where it's going, all the different amazing things that are happening. And, we talked about that weekend a lot, that no one's coming to save you. Entrepreneurship used to be something, you know what, you should try this. It's got some, it's become a must. And if you see what's going on in the world out there, and you look at the debt crisis and the layoffs, there's just massive, just a crazy over the last week, all these different layoffs that have been talked about. Inflation finally, the current rate is down a little bit, but it has absolutely crushed us here over the last 3 years. And everything is higher because of that. Taxes are higher, interest rates are higher. You're seeing a significant rise in bankruptcies. Hopefully, we're not on the verge of recession, but we don't really know what's going on right now. And the job displacement, I mean, that goes right along with the layoffs and everything else that's going on. People, businesses are talking, tens of thousands. Now, when you also look at, where are they grabbing onto right now? The gig economy, whether it's Uber or Airbnb or Lyft or some of the food delivery services, there's a lot of things that folks can do out there, but it doesn't get you the ability to actually build an income, to build something that that's a business that you can call your own. You're still, unfortunately, in most of those cases, just trading dollars for hours. So what do we look for when we look at a business opportunity? Well, we're looking for big target markets, low market penetration. I mean, it seems obvious, right? It seems, hey, well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that should be what we're looking for. But a lot of times people go into something that is just, I mean, there's not a lot of room, so they're facing an uphill battle. It's also nice when you go into something that's essential, where people are they're going to pay for this particular service or this particular product before they pay their rent, before they pay their mortgage. Why? Because they want to make sure that their power remains on, or their water remains on, or their whatever particular, come up with whatever essential good that is, they want to make sure that stays on. So we're going to look also for industries that thrive in good and bad economies. So you're going to see this slide especially start to change here over the next couple of days, because not only are we do we have security, and we also have our own security that's coming out in the very, very near future. It's a product called Ripple. Absolutely amazing technology. If you haven't seen the video on it, you'll be able to see the video on it here. It's just a couple-minute video that was absolutely mind-blowing. It was definitely the talk of the meeting. And Encore Solar is our flagship. This is where the company has really dug its heels in and is doing just an amazing job. And there's people out there really helping so many folks with residential solar. You get into the build reward side of things, the Smart Money Club, and not to belittle those, but I know there's a lot of excitement also about the Rain Water division. Now, Rain spelled R-E-I-N, Rain Water, and you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see the different products that are coming up based on that as well. So you're going to see this slide change a little bit and a few different things as we go forward here. But we're always going to start by talking about solar. And why? Well, because like I said, that is our flagship. That's where we focus, and that's where there's just a significant amount of dollars. And look at the timing of this opportunity. You're talking 130 million homes in the US, a little over 5 million have gone solar. 90 million are eligible for solar. That leaves 85 million that currently don't have it and are eligible for it. Folks, that is an enormous block of people in the US. And when you start to look at that, I mean, you're talking that's right there is about 94% of the population is still open, it's still eligible and still open to be able to get solar. Folks, every 1%, and Pete's going to go through this later, but every 1% of that we make it into market penetration into that market and it's not going to be 5 billion in sales, it's 5 billion in commission for every 1% that we get into that, every 1%. So when we go to 94 to 93%, that was another 5 billion in commission that had just been paid out in this country. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I like my little piece of that. So it has to be great for the consumer as well. And when you look at what residential solar is offering to the consumer, it's just amazing. You have 50% up to 50% energy cost savings, 0 down financing options, whether they're financing outright, whether they're leasing it, blackout protection, tax credits, 30% tax credit that they can use. You have 5 years to use it, an immediate increase in value in their home, clean energy. And you're talking about somebody going solar right now about every 44 seconds. Well, that was in 22. Now it's down about every 33 seconds. Folks, that is a lot of people going solar in a very, very fast rate of speed. So we are in a really good place at a really good time. And we have an amazing install partner. Freedom Forever has been doing this for a long time. They're a debt-free company. They know what they're doing. And I will tell you, they're in 35 states. They have all their employees in the states. They're not subbing everything out to everybody. They're there. They have their employees on the ground doing it, taking care of it. And they bring to the market a 25-year production guarantee. And a production guarantee is a little different than some of the others. They guarantee that the system, when your customer signs for it, it's going to produce this amount of production. Freedom stands behind that. And if it doesn't live up to that system, they're going to cut them a check for the difference. Now, folks, that's huge. When you start to think about that, I mean, there's a company that's standing behind the product that's being put on the roof. They're making sure that the people get the production that they're guaranteed, because nobody wants to end up with, they're looking to save the money and replace the electric bill. So they don't want the electric bill and then have a solar bill. They want that solar bill replaced. And that's what the whole savings is about. That's what the 25-year production guarantee is about. And that's why Freedom is probably the best in the business at what they do. Here are the states that we cover. Like I said, it's about 35 states, and there's some room for growth. Their goal is to be in all 48 by the end of next year, which I tell you, that's incredibly aggressive. I can't believe they've gotten to 35 already. That is so much more than any other company that is out there that is doing, and it's really exciting to be working with these guys. So what do you see here? What are you looking at? Well, I'll tell you, I always talk about the fact that, looking at a lot of very open roofs, a lot of sunshine hitting this neighborhood, people can make a significant amount of money just staying in this neighborhood. Just go door to door, talk to the people, get referrals. Once you end up with a few different people that you see have solar on the roof, you talk to them, they can give you the referral to their other friends and their family. Folks, that's what it's about. It's about sharing it out there and getting out there and bringing solar to the neighborhoods and really giving these people some significant savings. Now, go a quick couple testimonials here with customers, one in California, one in Florida. I mean, $140 a month and $120 a month in savings. Folks, these are significant savings. And sometimes people say, well, $120 a month. Well, that's good, but there's no that's good, but, because that's today's dollars. What sometimes people aren't realizing is what's happening out there right now is the utility prices are increasing everywhere. I don't care what state you go to. We just came from Connecticut. They're having emergency meetings now because they just had gone up another 19%. and they were seeking another raise. And the politicians up there went, hold on, time out. We need to have these emergency meetings. The utility companies are jacking the rates everywhere. So what they're looking at here, when you're seeing $140 savings, $120 savings, folks, that's today's dollars. What happens when they keep jacking the rate and jacking the rate? It would have been like us locking in our rates for gas back in the 90s. How cool would that have been? Be able to lock that in and people going freaking out today. I mean, you got people in California at $6, $7 a gallon. If they could have locked that in back in the 90s at a couple bucks a gallon, they would have been, they're golden. That's the opportunity we have. And that's the opportunity we're sharing with customers right now to be able to lock in that electricity. All right, JC says it best. The sales presentation, not a presentation, it's an IQ test. It really is, folks, because you're showing them that you are going to be able to save them tens of thousands of dollars over the term of their solar system. If you look at just an average system here, let's say they have about $150 electricity costs right now. Over time, you're going to see that double and double a couple times over the next 30 years, because that's what's happening with utility rates. I thought the 6 to 8% was a little high until I saw what's happening out there. And in many states, that's very low. So in this particular scenario, I mean, you're talking savings of about $170,000. I mean, that really gets crazy when you start to think about that. Okay, folks, now, again, they get to lock in their electricity costs, no money down, and receive a 30% tax credit that they have up to 5 years to use. Now, the other thing that we're, again, going to be sharing, and you're going to see the new slides coming up, I'm just going to mention it again one more time, is we're getting into water systems, all right? And the water systems under our rain umbrella here, that sounds kind of funny, under the rain umbrella. We're going to have a countertop unit. We're going to have one that's below, that's in the cabinet and countertop combination, and one that has that same combination, but also another piece of it that does the whole house. So we have 3 different offerings. And if there's some big, different, huge things, they'll look at doing a one-off or something, but that's not going to be our focus. Our focus is going to be initially out of the gate on the countertop, and the ones that are below and above on the counter. And some of the states, as quickly as possible, will start getting into the full house ones. Folks, there is, when you're starting to talk, and now that we're more focused on the water, and I'm starting to watch some of the reports on the water and the microplastics and all the different stuff that's in the water and the city water, and even get into people's well water. I'll tell you, this is a great time. This is an absolutely incredible time to be in the water filtration market. So as an addition, I mean, who else is the better person to share water and solar? I mean, if you're in there for water, you sell the water and then share the solar. You're in there for solar, you sell the solar and then share the water. I mean, folks, it is a perfect 1-2 combination. There's other really cool stuff coming. The guys at Build are doing just such a fabulous job putting us on the map and really getting it done. With that, obviously, this gentleman here, Mr. Warren Buffett, he knows it. He gets it. He understands it. This is a guy that has made money no matter what he has done in life. And he believes that energy deregulation will be the largest wealth of transfer in the history of the world. So again, you're in a good place at a good time. What are we looking at? Again, every 1% that we push into that we dig in, that's $5 billion in commissions. And that doesn't even include the water commissions, and that doesn't include some of the other stuff that we're doing. So to take us through some of that side of things is none other than my partner tonight, who is he is so excited about doing the second half of the presentation tonight. He's one of those guys that I mean, he never backs down from a challenge. He gets ready to go. He gets on it, and he's here to help not only his team, but help you, me, everybody grow their business and make a difference. And that is none other than my partner tonight, Mr. Pete Abraham. Pete, how you doing?
Fine, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you for that great introduction. Yes, I am very excited to do this. Hey, guys, sometimes you just got to do stuff, show up, and swing the bat, right? So I'm lucky tonight. Let me make sure I can pull this up. And has this gone full screen that you can see?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. All right, there we go. The screen should have answered the compensation plan. Can I get a check on that one time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so my name is Pete Abraham. I'm excited to share the second part tonight. I think I have a unique perspective. I have a network background. I also have a real estate, mortgage, life insurance, notary public background, right? We've all done some things, and I've enjoyed those things. 15 years ago, I got into solar, and here I am. So I'll go straight into it. But here's the thing: when you look tonight, take some notes. Make sure you take some notes. And if you're looking at this for the first time, whether you're from any of those industries, a realtor, life insurance, solar, young person that's never had any sales experience, this is for you. We have a home for you, and hopefully I'll do justice explaining it so you can understand exactly why you're at the right place at the right time. So in our compensation plan, we have 7 ways to earn. I'm not going to go through all 7 ways, but I am briefly going to touch on a few of them. The first ones that you see here, and the first will be personal sales. So personal sales, obviously, that's where you put in some work and you get something out of it. So what do we have to offer? First of all, write this one down: 70% commissions on your personal solar sales. I want to ask you a question. Whatever you're doing right now, how many of you, put a 1 in the chat if you're earning 70% commission on your personal sales, no matter what you're selling? 70%. Most people aren't. And then having an average profit is $10,000 per install, if you will, for a typical solar system. Let's say that's $10,000. So 70% would be $7,000. So here I am, day one, a new person with no experience, or a person like a realtor, mortgage, life insurance person with a book of business, because I've always told people, yeah, I've done great in real estate, I've done great in life insurance. Now it's time for me to prove it. So now I take that book of business and I say, listen, how can I help these people out? So here's the thing: if I can save somebody some money on solar and lower their payment or make their payment even and help them get more electricity, that's still a win for them. What could the homeowner do with that savings? I want you to think about that just for a second as we talk about these commissions. We are putting people in a place to save money, and they can use that money they save for anything else they want to. What if it was a life insurance policy or something better, that instead of paying your overpriced utility, how many of you think it would make sense to take that money and put it into something that could actually benefit you and your family? So $7,000, not a bad deal. We also have the ability to make mentor sales. A mentor is somebody who helps somebody else close their deals. So if I was new in real estate, life insurance, whatever it might be, and I say those two because they all work the same way, I'm going to shadow somebody. I'm going to follow somebody. If I'm smart, I'm going to take some notes, put some duct tape on my mouth, and listen and be a sponge is what I'm going to do. So how does somebody become a mentor? First of all, you do 3 training sales with a mentor. Become a good follower first, so you can become a great leader later. Next, you're going to prove it by closing 5 sales on your own. Now, you'll still have some help, but that's what it's for, is to show that you can run through our platform, that you know where to find stuff, that you're able to look something up without asking 15,000 people. It's just something that you can become a mentor yourself. And we even have a company certification that you're required to go through, because we want this to be the gold standard. We want people that are trained, people that are excited, people that know their stuff, and people that are ethical and moral to help the homeowner. And hopefully that's you. So you can become a mentor and split sales with consultants on your team or company-wide. Let me ask you a question right here, and I make this personal because it really is. How many of you that come from a real estate background, if you're not the broker, how much are you splitting with people? Unless you're with EXP or something that works on that kind of a model. But the bottom line is, so many businesses, you have to wait to become the broker, right? The leader. What if you could almost do that from the very beginning? I'll give you a minute. So think about that. It's powerful stuff here. So let's say as a mentor, you've reached the mentor level, and now you help 4 consultants. That's a handful. 4 consultants close their first 3 training sales. 4 times 3 is 12. That's an average of $3,500 after you get your $3,500 and they get theirs. And you're happy to do that because you're teaching people to learn to be independent and learn this business, right? Not dependent, independent. And so that gives you $42,000 in commissions. Folks, I know many businesses that people don't make $42,000 in commission themselves, much less even helping people. So that's a huge deal for doing the same thing. And what do? Get a bill, set the appointment, tag a mentor. And if you want to become a mentor, you don't have to, but that is available to everybody on this platform that wants it. So let's talk about some team building overrides. I'll go through this real briefly here, but I do want you to pay attention to what I'm showing you here, right here in the consultant. You get a 20% frontline override, 20%. So does it make sense for you to help your people to make sure they're trained the right way? And then you get 70% commissions here off your own efforts. In order to become a manager, when you become a manager, you get 30% frontline overrides. So that's a 10% raise just by moving to the next level. You get 10% team overrides. Okay, so now you're getting team overrides. Here you didn't have a team. Now you do. 10% as a manager, and you still get your 70% commission splits. In order to do that, you need 10 team installs, not personal, but team installs in a 60-day period. That's 2 months, guys, in a rolling 60-day period. 10 installs. So if everybody did 2, you're already there. Director, next one up. You notice you got another raise. So we're only 3 levels into it, and you've already had 2 raises here. 35% frontline overrides. When was the last time you got even more overrides from what you're doing now currently of that level? And then a 15% override on your team. So as you become manager and director, you get more and more for helping other people, right? It doesn't say boss here. It says that you're helping people. And 70% for keeping on doing what you're doing. We'll get into that in just a second and show you what that looks like. And to become a director, it's 24 team installs in a 60-day period. So again, you have more people on your team. So not one person has to do the heavy lifting. You'll find the Jabaris. You'll find people, the Tony Denners out there, the Pablos out there. You'll find those people. But you know what? Everybody can pitch in, and everybody's help helps the team. Executive director. I mean, this is crazy. 40% frontline overrides. What does that mean? That means now that once you've gotten that title, and by the way, folks, once you've reached this title, you do not fall back. We all know companies that you were the hero 1 month and then you were 0 the next month, right? I know some of you are shaking your head right now because, yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me. I was only as good as my last month. Well, if you go to work and you work here and you help lift up others, you can become executive director too, earning you 40%, a 20% team override, and a 70% commission still on your own work. In addition to that, pay close attention to this, a 2% company-wide pool. Here's the key word, company-wide, not just your team. How would you like to, Keller Williams, for example, how would you like to override everybody in the whole company? How would you like to get a small percentage off everybody's effort? Well, that's exactly the chance you have here if you decide to take it. Requirement for that is 70 team installs in 60 days. You see a theme there, but that's 70 and you have a much bigger team. And then we have national director. We have a couple people already approaching this just since launch here, and that's a 45% frontline override. 45%, folks, and a 25% team override. Let's put it this way. That is a lot of money. Plus the 70% for doing what you're supposed to in the first place. And guess what? When you make it, not if, but when you make it to national director, if you choose to work hard enough, if you choose to put in the time, if you put the blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, into it, you're rewarded with a 5% company-wide pool. 5%. Let me ask you a question. What kind of percentage are you getting off anything where you're working now? I'll give you a minute. And to do that, that's 120 team installs in a 60-day period. So now you know why a lot of us are very excited. Again, coming from our launch event that we had, it was just a great time. And we're here to help other people find a way out, find a way not to get left behind, and to find a way to help them and their families. So let me keep on moving here and show you a little bit more in a visual way. By the way, I'm a single dad. One of the things that motivates me, one of the main thing that motivates me is my 2 daughters. Been a single dad for a long time. I wanted to, I needed to, I had to find things that would allow me to either work from home or be in more control of my time and spend more time with my daughters, especially as a single dad. You know, the #1 cause of divorce in this country is money. Well, what and time that people don't spend with each other anymore. So here you are as a manager override, 30% override on your first level. So you're the one in the blue. The little white ones right there, that's what you're getting 30% override from. And then the yellowish orange ones are 10% override on your entire team. Read that again. On your entire team. Folks, the sky's the limit. That could be a lot of money for you. Let's look at it in a more visual way here. A manager, let's say you're a manager and you brought 10 consultants on. Maybe you've done it in a month. We've had people do that. Maybe you've done it in a year. It doesn't matter. But let's say they each do one sale. Let's put it this way. If you're really working in this business and trying, one sale per person is not too much. You can't get much less than that. So if you have a team of 10 consultants helping one household per month, that's 10 solar deals on your team, 4 coming from your first level where you make that override, and 6 coming from anywhere's on your team. So that's about $6,300 in overrides, folks, with literally a couple handful of people on your team. So if you did one sale your month, right, leading from the front, you'd have $7,000 average in your commission plus the $6,300. That's $13,300 monthly in total earnings. Folks, we have people doing that in their first 60 days, sometimes a little faster, sometimes a little bit longer, but in their first 60 days here. Instead of somebody, if you come from a networking background, who ends up being, as we know this loving phrase, garage qualified, where they spend a whole bunch of money to buy stuff and they still have the stuff sitting in the garage, we have none of that. And if you go help somebody with something they need, such as solar, you're looking at an immediate income change in your life and a heck of a lot more time freedom. Let's talk about a director. So you've gone to the next level as a director with 10 consultants doing a whopping 2 sales each. When you're a manager and you can teach people to learn to do 1 sale each, do you think over time you can help those people learn to do 2 sales each? And remember, the team is growing. 10 consultants helping 2 households a month. That's 20 solar deals per month. Let's say 8 are coming from your first level and 12 from anywhere's on the team. Again, 13,800 in overrides. If you do the same 1 sale yourself, remember, you're keeping consistent. You're staying in the field. You're staying in the game, right? So you got 13,800 plus 7,000 in personal sales. Folks, that's $20,800 a month. And how much time have you really spent? I guarantee you're probably still not working 100% full time when you're helping other people come up and lifting up other people rather than trying to be, let's say, the hero, right? So I'll keep it moving. So there's a lot of money here, as you can see, and that's just from the solar division. That's not from any of our other stuff. We'll talk a little bit, a few things later on here tonight as we close up. But let me ask you this question. What would it take for you to start your own solar business? And to do that, obviously, like any other business, you have your marketing, your CRM, your operations and customer service, basically a headache you don't want, sales team, people coming and going, accounting, relationships with installers. Imagine you had to go out and build this and find the people, find the installers, do all this stuff yourself. Why in the world would you want to do that when you already have it sitting here right in front of you tonight? Let me explain a little bit more. Also, we have our home business and security, right? Home and business security, ADT and Brinks. ADT, as you see right here, again, another way to make money. People know about this company. It's a household name already. It's not some, who's that? We never heard of them, that type stuff. And great company right there. And again, services from $49 to $63 a month and an average of $400 to $700 per sale, paid the very next week. Well, last time I checked, homeowners care about their houses, and most people, whether they own a home or not, care about their family and want to protect them. And we all know that crime rate's gone up. You hear it, unfortunately, all over. Why not protect your family? Another income source. Do you think if they got solar from you, if you shared, not sold, but shared solar with them and have savings? What if I saved you $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $200 a month on solar? If I saved you even $50 a month on solar, do you now see how that could pay for this protection for your family just from the savings that you were giving away to utility in the beginning? Wow. And it's paid the very next week. How many of you would rather get paid faster than slower? Put a 1 in the chat. So here tonight is how we get started, okay? There's a couple ways, 3 ways of doing this. Number one, I love to have fun, so I'm a straight shooter. I'm just going to tell it like it is. We have our affiliate, our consultant, and our builder. What's an affiliate? I like to say this lovingly. An affiliate is for a person who has no time and maybe no money right now. They just want to refer you. Hey, I'll refer you somebody, and they can earn $500 to $1,000 per install, depending on the job. And usually it's going to be more towards 1,000, but that's free, folks. So tonight, when you get off and you're done with this and get back to the person who invited you, listen, one of these three applies to you tonight. Okay. The second one is a consultant. That one is $149 investment. And yes, I said it. It's an investment one time. And then after that, starting the second month is $49 per month. What does that get you? The ability to have a nationwide solar business, coast to coast, from California to Connecticut and everywhere's in between, and a nationwide ADT business as well. Also, you have access to all the tech and trainings, and you have the ability, think about that for the training. How many of you, one of the great things about this platform is it allows you to literally go from zero to build up as fast as you can, because everybody's on a different time schedule when they start, right? And so you can watch these videos and trainings 24 hours a day, in addition to the live events we have. And the ability to refer for and pay no more. What does that mean? It simply means that when you refer 4 people that join at the same level as you, you're no longer paying the monthly fee. So now how much does it cost? It's paying you to be in business. And then we have our builder. This is the one that most people start with. And I'll tell you why. I'm not just saying that. It's $199 one time. Then it's $99 a month to run your business. Business, ADT business, your home security business, tech and training, like I said. And we'll talk about our Build Reward membership briefly here, and our Smart Money Club membership as well. And again, find 4 people that are willing to do the same thing and duplicate, and you're no longer even paying the monthly fee, folks. What other business can you run like that? There really is no excuse. Tonight, you're either an A, B, or C, and you're going to get back with the person that invited you and let them know. But let me keep going. Smart Money Club membership. One of the biggest things that people, I think, miss in a lot of these businesses is sometimes people start out and they actually start making some decent money, but they don't know how to keep that money. They end up blowing it or just spending it or not knowing what to do, or maybe they made some money, but their credit was bad. Listen, folks, we have credit repair software to help. We have tax planning, be your own bank, tax-free retirement, information that's smart and helps people stay in control and have mastery over their money. Business mastery. Well, you're going to be in a business. You're going to have tax write-offs. You need to know these things. And by the way, this is a tax write-off, folks. Business mastery, entity structuring. Would it make sense to know how to structure an S Corp or an LLC or whatever the person might want? As establishing corporate credit, access to capital, and understanding good versus bad debt. So this is not about just making money. It's about keeping money and being smart with it. And this gives you access to tools and information needed to build a business and build generational wealth. The ability to impact your kids and your grandkids by something you did today, a chance you took on yourself today. And we have our Builds Reward membership. This one's really a no-brainer. Travel, shop, and save. People like to do all those things. What if you could go to the same places you're already going to? What if you're going to the next event or convention or something that you want to do or take your family to? And what if instead of paying full price, you paid less? So you have an app that you're able to go on, see the members, what the membership offers, the savings. You might be staying in a hotel to go someplace, and now you're paying less for it. And we have a lot of testimonials on those things as well. Average annual savings per member is $2,500 to $3,500. Remember this, folks. Refer for, pay no more, and all this is inclusive in your membership, and you're not even paying anymore. Why wouldn't you take a chance on yourself for this? You have more to lose by not taking a chance, I'll tell you that much. And then, of course, on the builder, the $99 monthly membership that you see here, I'm going to go through this very quickly, folks, but let me just explain how this works. Just like you stand on 2 legs when you walk, you have 2 legs. Think of team 1 as 1 leg and team 2 as your second leg. And you're walking forward. And actually, when you see how this works, you're probably going to want to run forward. Okay, you're going to want to run, not walk. But here's how it works. To get to Builder 500, you need 10 active members on your left, team 1, and 10 on your right. When you do that, what does that mean? you will start to get a monthly residual check of $500 a month. Folks, that might seem like only $500 a month, you say, but listen, number one, you're not even paying for yours anymore, and now you're already making money, okay? Builder 1000, 25 people. Now remember, it's not you getting those. You got 25 people right there on Builder 1000, and team two, 25 there. It's $1,000. So this is aside from water, this is aside from solar, aside from alarms, all that kind of stuff. This is true passive monthly residual, folks. You haven't seen something like this in this industry where you can have high ticket items matched with the passive monthly residual income that anybody can avail themselves of from the beginning. And you see that on the right there, a 20% check match on the first generation. I'm going to cut to the chase and keep going a little bit higher here. Let's go to Builder 8000. Remember, get to Builder 500 and you'll have a belief in your mind. You'll realize, wow, myself and my team can do this. But as Builder 8000, 240 active members on, and folks, we have people already way past this already. 240 on the left, 240 on the right. That would give you $8,000 per month and a 2.5% check on your fourth generation. Folks, that would pay most people's mortgages just on the monthly residual alone. Let me ask you, is what you're doing now giving you the ability to anything even close to that? And as I keep going and finishing up, folks, you see Builder 1000. That's a $25,000. Folks, this is the key word is monthly. And our executive 250, which a lot of people obviously want to shoot for, it's going to take some time. You're going to put some work in. But when you have 10,000 and 10,000, that will be 250,000 dollars brought to you by those members and over and again. And you're getting a 2.5% check match on your ninth generation, folks. That is a lot of money, but you'll never get there unless you get started and do the first one, the Builder 500. So how do we get started? Very simply, it's $199 one time, then $99 a month. Remember, it gives you access to your solar business, your home security business, the water business that you'll see in future slides, access to all the tech and trainings, your Build Reward membership, save money from day one, your Smart Money Club membership to learn how to keep your money and do smart things with it, and all this and not having to pay for it when you simply help 4 other people catch that vision, folks. Just 4 other people catching that vision. So listen, I hope I've done a good job of putting something in your heart that you can think outside the box, that you can realize that you can do that, and that all it takes is the willingness to get started, no matter what level. You're going to get back to the person who invited you and say, hey, I'm an A, B, or C, right? I'm an affiliate. I'm a consultant. I want the solar side, but you know what? Count me in. I'm a builder. I realize that that extra $50 a month avails me to the second side of the comp plan, and I'm going to make way more than what that costs just by taking advantage of that. So thank you very much. I think we might have a couple testimonials, Kevin. I don't know if you know.
We do. You did a great job. A great job going through that. I know you were so looking forward to doing the second half of that today. So good job. If you would stop the share for a second. I'm going to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Thank you.
That's all right. So we're going to do a couple things here. And first, I'm looking for Roberto. Roberto, are you there?
Hey, Kevin, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I'm trying to find you there. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Let's add a pin, get you up on here. So welcome. How's it going tonight?
Thank you. Oh, it's been amazing. You know, just being here at Build, it's been an honor and learning so much from everybody.
Wonderful. JC tells me you have a great little testimonial to share with us this evening. So I wanted to welcome you up here, say hi to the folks, and kind of tell them some of what's going on. Sure.
Hi, everyone. My name is Roberto Robledo. I live in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, California. I am an IT consultant, and I've been in IT for almost 20 years. Previous to this, I didn't have any solar experience. And so just honestly, just following the process that the company has put together and the 8-point system from JC, I have been able to earn money as I'm learning the business, as I'm learning, the solar industry. I'm starting to grow my team as well. And I truly believe that Build is one of a kind company. So I do encourage everybody to trust the process and to trust that the leadership has our best interest at heart. My wife and I are making this our full-time career now, right? We love helping communities. We love helping families. And every single vertical that we have here at Build is designed to help families as we make money and as we grow our wealth.
Very, very good. I appreciate the words. I appreciate the sharing. Welcome to the family, and I'm glad you guys have found the focus and exactly what you're working toward. I think you, and in my opinion, you jumped on a really good horse at just the perfect time. So congrats to you and your lovely wife.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we also have a gentleman joining us, Matthew Acosta. Are you present here? Hello, Matthew.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, there he is. There he is. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, doing great. Pleasure to be here with you guys.
Welcome. So you're here front and center, right in front on the stage for everybody. So share away. I hear you have some interesting info.
Yeah, definitely, man. So a little bit about myself. My name is Matthew Acosta, and I've been a barber for 15 years. So sales and especially the solar industry is super brand new to me. I started back in November, and as of now, I'm able to close my own deals, and I'm actually have about 8 deals already closed so far with the company. So, man, I just got to give it up full to the leadership there. Just plug into the system and following the game plan there. Is get the bill. Peak the interest, get the bill, set the appointment. Don't make it any more complicated than that when you're first starting out, because when we first start off, we're not going to know everything. So being able to just simplify it in those 3 steps is the easiest way possible there to actually be successful in this industry. And we have the support from all the leadership and all the experienced solar reps here within the company. So I'm grateful to be a part of the company here and to continue to learn and, just driving full force into the program here, and I truly believe, like Roberto said, this is we have something special on our hands, and this is where we're actually going to grow our generational wealth in our future here, So I'm planting my flag and build all the way.
All right. Well, welcome to both of you. Great job getting out of the gate strong. Obviously, you're kicking butt, doing what you're supposed to be doing. JC has that great 8-point system that's phenomenal for people to follow, help them get started and really stay on track. So that's great that you're jumping in, utilizing that. Obviously, you guys have been using the mentor system too. We have some phenomenal mentors, and looking forward to you guys becoming mentors as well. Because anybody with that great attitude, I mean, we want you guys working with as many of the new folks coming in as possible to get them on the right track. So guys, thank you very much for sharing this evening. Pete, great job as always, going through the information. And those of you that have joined us this evening, thank you again. You're in the right place at the right time. Back here Thursday night, you're going to start to see little pieces of the new stuff getting worked in on Thursday night. So make sure you get to your folks here, as many butts in the seats as possible. And we'll see you all soon. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much.